Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
All right, conks up, Forrest.
You gotta wait for me.
There it is. I thought we were both doing it. And I was like, dude, that sounds cool. And then I stopped blowing, and all I heard was yours going, bleh. We'll get it, buddy. Practice.
Hurts my head.
Do you want to take that conch shell home with you and practice?
No.
Okay.
You want me to practice the conch shell?
Might be a good idea.
No, I got it down now.
Okay.
No, I know what I did wrong here. I can do it first try.
Oh, yeah, that's good. It's a beautiful job.
First quarter.
I didn't know you were wearing your Shakira shirt.
Yeah.
I would have worn mine.
You have a Shakira shirt?
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so excited.
Why do you have a Shakira shirt?
Because I love Shakira.
You like her music?
I do like her. Ole, 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 ole. Yeah.
I have one. It's just her head. It's just like a painting of her head, basically.
Oh.
I don't dislike Shakira, but I don't like her. Like, I'm not like a fan. That's not why I have the shirt. When I used to live with Vanessa in Orlando, Vanessa was going to a Shakira concert with her friend Angie, and I said, "Don't forget to get me a Shakira shirt," like as a joke. And the next morning, I walked downstairs, and there was a big ass XXL Shakira shirt there for me. Yeah,
oh, that's authentic.
And I actually wore it 2 days ago because a friend of Vanessa and Orlando, mine, Gabe, who was my realtor, he had a birthday party in Griffith Park, and it was laundry. I'm only wearing that shirt when it's laundry time. I don't have anything left. And it's like
this is like a top of my rotation.
I see that, yeah. And I walked into the park with like just black shorts, the black Shakira shirt, and this same black hat, and Arnie. And I was walking up to where the party was in Griffith Park, and Orlando and Vanessa had not seen me yet. Gabe, no one that knew me had seen me yet, and one of Gabe's friends, Omar, had spied me, and I could see he was looking at me like, "Who the fuck is this weirdo walking up right now? Who the fuck is this weird white guy with a Shakira shirt on?" And it was bringing me such joy because I could see his face was like, "This guy's weird," and then his face was like, "He's coming closer. Do they know him?" Like, and then he was like, "Is he interacting with us?" Or like, and then it was just bringing me such joy to see like him trying to figure out who the hell I was in this Shakira outfit.
And then you walked up after he spied you, and you went, "Ole, ole, ole, ole."
Nah, but she had a big court case she just won.
Yeah. Oh, did she win it?
She won.
Oh man, I haven't been keeping up.
In Spain, you're not as big a fan as you thought you were.
No,
Yeah.
I got this shirt because I was on the road and I needed a black undershirt for something.
Yeah.
And I went to the worst mall in America. This was the lamest mall ever. But I bought two awesome finds there. One was at the department store. It was a matching like Hawaiian print shorts and like blazer jacket, and I got it for like $11. I was like, "Oh, buying this," and they only had one, and it was my size. And then I went over to Target, and in Target, I was like, "Oh, here's a rack of black T-shirts," and I pulled it out, and it was this one for $9, and I was like, "Not a plain black T-shirt, but I'm gonna buy this."
Wait, you already had liked Shakira then?
Yeah,
You liked her hips?
her hips don't lie.
No.
I love
Hypnotizing.
I love watching her dance. I love her voice. I love on Instagram that she skateboards and she's like, "I'm just a cool mom." I just like Shakira.
Wait, that's your impression of Shakira?
Yeah. She's like, "Hi, I'm Shakira." She's like, "Hola, David.
I'm from the Midwest.
Hola, David. I like to skateboard. Do you?"
Yeah, so she had like it was like a tax evasion law, court case of Spain. And not only did she win, I read that Spain had to pay her reparations or something. So she won and like won some money.
Oh, for embarrassment?
Some shit like that. Yeah, I didn't read the whole thing. I just read a couple lines after the headline.
Because the last time,
and there was a custody thing with her kids too, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
She won everything. She apparently won everything, and she was like, "Fuck Spain, I'm never gonna live here." Or whatever. She's not gonna live there anymore. So
she walked out of the courtroom like, "Ole, ole, ole, ole."
we get it. Okay.
She
Jesus.
I had saw a headline that she was going to move to Miami to evade her legal troubles at one point, which is super Miami.
Yeah,
there's a
sleep over there.
There's a lot of people who moved to Florida to evade something.
That's super Miami.
I was researching Shakira. Sorry.
So good.
You don't know who she is?
No.
You're Mexican. You're supposed to know who she is. She's
Colombian. But
She's the Colombian Selena.
Yeah, she you might know her from a little collaboration with Wyclef Jean.
No, she Clyde Scott. My buddy Clyde.
Yes.
He directed my special.
Yes.
4 Decisions
Yes.
on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
He used to have a company called Electric Sheep. They did like motion graphics and a bunch of shit like that. And they did all of her visual graphics for her first world tour ever.
Cool.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
nobody knows what I'm talking about.
That's why you
The
tune
company
in, folks.
company doesn't exist anymore. Nobody knows who Clyde is. Clyde doesn't listen to the podcast.
This is where
Edit
you
that out, Louise.
your best resource to learn about Forrest's buddy Clyde.
Doesn't listen to the podcast. I could ask him to subscribe 10 times this week. He'd be like, I'm not gonna listen to the podcast. You think I'm grumpy?
Hey, everyone should please rate and review and subscribe. And it really helps us out a lot on Apple Podcasts. If you actually click a certain amount of stars, preferably 5, like you're in an Uber, and then write something like, it's just got to be some, even if it's short, just love these guys, super funny, whatever.
Yeah, great t-shirts.
Yeah, one's handsome.
Yeah, ole.
That's a good one.
Yeah, great one. Write that one. Yeah, and thanks to Comedy Records again too.
Yeah, thanks, man. This is rolling. I'm getting a lot of really fun comments, and
I was gonna say thanks to Comedy Records because without them, we'd probably still make the podcast.
yeah,
But
we'd
they're
just be
making-
funding it ourselves. No big deal. But we appreciate their support. It's just nice to know someone believes in us.
Yeah, I don't know if they believe in us. They do. They seem to like it.
I believe in you, Forrest.
They haven't even rated it. They rate and review it like personally, like like we get texts from them every week. Have you guys rated it? Comedy Records, Barry, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you send it?
This is how we communicate with them with messages in the podcast.
They know Clyde.
I had a very
Edit all
fun-
this out, Louise.
I
We're
do wanna
starting over
interrupt-
again.
I do want to
Nah,
Okay,
leave
we're
it
here
all
we
in.
go. Okay. Shakira, huh?
This is live, bro.
Okay.
I do want to interrupt real quick. You guys are number 2 in the Czech Republic for stand-up podcasts. So,
Who's number 1?
I don't know. I gotta.
It's some guy who does like donkey puppets or something.
Fucking Rogan, probably.
Czech Republic, baby. Let's do a road show.
Have you ever been to Prague?
No, I heard it's awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, they film a lot of movies there, right?
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff there, but
Yeah.
it's a fun city. It's great. I fell in.
Been.
I slipped and fell there one night and threw a phone at Amos Gill. So, yeah.
Were you drunk?
I had been drinking, but I was on the road there with Jim. We were doing gigs there, and we were there for like 3 or 4 days. It was the Christmas before COVID.
Oh, that's a great movie for a film they should film in Prague.
And I don't know what was happening. There's all these everything's old there, and like the old part. It was all these
Historic is the word you're looking
these
for.
like not cobblestone, I guess cobblestone. I don't know, it's all brick, whatever. And it looks awesome in the daytime, but when it's in the winter and it gets wet, not good for Jordans. Like if you don't have a good grip, so it's very slippery. And we're walking back from a bar late at night, and I was like I remember I was chastising Jim and Amos about something. I was just saying, yeah, you know something, guys. You shouldn't. But whatever I was doing, I was like, yeah, it was something like that. And I slipped and fell so hard that I tore my jeans on the thing, and I cut my leg through the jeans. Like
Good Lord.
And I like tweaked my knee, and I was in pain. And Jim and Amos and Shandy, who's our tour manager, and Slav, who was our bodyguard. He was there to like protect.
You guys
us.
have people in your team named Shandy and Slav,
Slav,
and all you keep bringing up is Clyde.
Yeah. All of them started laughing. They all started laughing at me, and I was in pain. Like I was in serious pain on the ground. And Slav's a big dude. And anyways, I'm on the ground. And I'm like, I'm in pain. I'm like, it's not funny. You know when it's funny to everybody else, but you're in the one in pain.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, it's not funny. It's not funny. And I was in serious pain. And then slowly they all started to realize that I was in actual pain. So they all started stop laughing. One of them helped me up, and I'm like sitting on this kind of little bench kind of thing there. And everyone stopped laughing except Amos could not stop laughing. So he was like starting to like, he was like in the fringes, kind of like, I want to stop laughing, but I can't. And I could see he wasn't. I'm like, dude, why do you keep laughing? It's not funny.
Oh, man. Sometimes that shit, you just can't help it.
Yeah. And so I was so angry about everything, about being embarrassed, whatever. I just took my iPhone and threw it at Amos. And I hit him in the shin so hard that it shattered the screen of the iPhone. And then I felt bad because and also, by the way, Amos was on a cane because he had injured his because he had injured his knee, but I hit his good leg. So now I felt bad because I've hit Amos's good leg with my phone and shattered the screen.
Well, who gets that mad at someone laughing at them that they throw their phone? Were you 12?
Look, it was not a good moment for me. That was, to be fair, this is like a couple months. I had a lot of pent up anger. I'm not making any excuses, but it was like I was very angry that whole tour. It was a couple months after my mom passed away. I was very stressed out about a lot of shit, and I did have a lot of pent up anger and stuff I had not dealt with. I'm not making excuses, but I know why I was angry. I'm just telling you. And I'm not making excuses. I was in the wrong, and I have apologized to Amos for it profusely. Even the next day I did, but in the moment, as soon as I did, I was like, not good. And then I got an Uber. Jandy got me in an Uber, and we went home because I couldn't walk. That's how bad it was. And I don't think Amos could either. And the next morning, I'm looking at my fucking cracked iPhone. I had to get a new one somewhere in Germany or something.
That always works out.
And the next day, I went downstairs, and it was just Slav. We're waiting for the thing, and I'm like trying to explain it to him. And I go, look, the thing was I was injured, and it's not funny, and everybody's laughing. And then Slav, who's like this big fun guy, goes, it was pretty funny. And I go, shut up, Slav. You know, just yeah. It was funny. I'm sure looking back, it was funny. Yeah. I think it's funny now.
Well, that's cool that Shakira's music got you through all that difficult time.
Oh yeah, I don't remember how we got to Prague. Czech Republic, we're number 2, baby.
That's it. We're doing it.
Not anymore. Now that I did a hate crime. Amos Croatian.
I can't pronounce the number 1 because it's in a different language.
It's Czech.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just guessing that the number you're looking at is the number. Oh, you can't pronounce the name.
It's in Czechoslovakian.
And you guys are beating Bad Friends with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Dang.
Number 4.
Fucking
bro. We really connect with those Czech people.
Czech. Thank you for listening, Pragians.
Do you think there's like a huge merman culture there?
Maybe there's a river. There's that famous bridge, which I don't remember the name of, but you walk over it, and maybe maybe there's a big merman thing. They go.
Well,
what's the river in Prague called? It might not just be in Prague, but
I don't know. I know nothing. It's so funny. Like when I watch Jeopardy.
I'm asking Louise.
When I watch Jeopardy with my family.
What's the river?
Vlatava?
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I don't know. I asked Louise. There's no shit.
VLTAVA.
Yeah, lovely.
Do you ever learn stuff about yourself, like about what knowledge you actually have when you watch Jeopardy? And there's like categories where it's like rivers and countries, and you don't know any of them. And
like
then it's something like puns with quarterback names, and you just run that category, just stuff that's useless.
So which one? You know, puns with quarterbacks?
I would, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had an actual category.
Oh, no, I just came up with that off the top of my head. I watched so much football this weekend. Did I already tell you? I'm sure I've talked about it. I'm so excited. I built a wall outside my house. Did I talk about this already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have.
It's worth mentioning again. I only spent about $150
It'd be funny if
it.
we just ended the podcast there. Yeah. I built a wall outside your house.
Yeah.
And
build that wall.
Yeah.
No, I have this fire pit area, and I built a big wall with a little overhang. And then I was so excited, and I go on the road for a week, and I'm like, I really worked hard to get this thing done before I hit the road, you know? And then I see a headline saying that there's a hurricane that's going to hit Southern California for the first time in 25 years or something. And I'm like, oh, cool. Glad I just spent all this time building a structure. But it held up. It held up. Also, I don't think any bad weather hit us. But still, when I came home,
I don't think any hurricane force winds hit here. I think it hit like Mexico.
It was threatening. It was threatening.
I think don't they call them typhoons in the Pacific too?
I don't know.
Pretty sure. We'll have a research team like that.
Typhoons for 600, Alex.
There is a hurricane hitting Puerto Rico right now as we speak. It's Hurricane Fiona.
Do you feel like the hurricanes
I think it's probably passed over Puerto Rico right now and done a lot of damage. If you want to donate some money to something, if you think you're a good person, you should donate to Puerto Rico. They keep getting fucked. They had 2 hurricanes, I want to say, a year or 2 ago, back to back, and we know the whole Donald Trump went down there.
When he was throwing the
paper towel down there. He did a good job down there. He really helped things out.
So do you find yourself, Like when I lived in South Florida, whenever there's like a hurricane, even threatening to form, right? You're glued to the TV for weeks, tracky, whatever. And out here, like you just told me, there's one hit in Puerto Rico. I didn't even know it. So I guess that's just a product of where you're at, and it's not shoved in your face. Like it doesn't affect you as much.
Of course, yeah. That was one of my things about moving out here. When I moved out here, my mom still lived in the Florida Keys before she died. Obviously, she still lived there, and I followed them still because she lived there, and that was still stressful.
Yeah.
But since she's passed away, I don't pay attention at all. The only thing about Puerto Rico is once it was hitting, I was like on social media, and there was like a bridge that collapsed and some other shit. And I was like, oh shit, I had no clue. Whereas if you lived in South Florida, you would have known about it because you would have known about it when it formed off the coast of Africa. Because that's when you start finding out about it. There's nothing to worry about now, but in 2 weeks they start ramping.
The cone of death might come straight to your house.
Yeah, and people on the West Coast and certainly in Czechoslovakia, they don't pay attention to this shit at all.
Czechoslovakian hurricanes.
So lucky. No, they don't have to worry about it at all.
Czechoslovakia hurricane warning, everybody.
It's a tornado, but yeah,
there's tornadoes in hurricanes. That I know.
Yeah, I don't miss that at all. It's the worst. They love it. And they'll tell you, the weather people will tell you, like, well, you got to get ready. You don't got to get ready 2 weeks out. And here's the thing. Back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, yeah, you got to get your supplies and all this and that. But gas stations, grocery stores, all those things in South Florida, they all have generators now. They're all up and running within hours after a hurricane. So this whole bullshit about, like, you're not going to be able to get anything afterwards, it's a load of crap. I'm not saying don't be prepared. You can be prepared for a hurricane, but you can get prepared a week before. They start telling you like 2 weeks out. They're like, hey, see this little blob right here, right off the coast of Africa? You better start fucking panicking now because it's like, fuck off.
Well, even like when I lived in North Carolina, when there was going to be like an ice storm or something, they'd announce it on the news, and then all the bread and all the milk was gone in the grocery store. Everyone just went, we got to get bread and milk. And then it's like, ends up just being a normal storm for a day
corned beef hash, baby. For some reason, my mom always get corned beef hash in a can.
Really?
And when a hurricane would hit, that's what we would be eating after a hurricane is corned beef hash. And it always reminded me of dog food. It tastes good, but it also looks and feels like dog food.
Does it just like keep for a long time or something?
It's in a can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll keep for a couple years. So you bust it open. It's just potatoes and meat, and it's just...
After Hurricane Andrew, the power was knocked out for like 2 weeks, and then we did get generators eventually. But
at our house, it was a month.
Yeah. Well, I lived in an affluent part of town, so.
Is it affluent or affluent?
I don't know. I just want everyone to know I was kidding there. I was just busting balls. Forrest lived in a nice neighborhood too. Okay.
We had a generator, so no big deal.
So we did too, but you could only run so many fridges and freezers off generators. And we had a deep freezer with a bunch of lobster and steaks and fish that we had caught in it. And so by like day 3, the whole neighborhood's eating like beanie weenies, and we're out there grilling, lobsters and fish out in the fire pit.
Yeah, so everyone hated you.
Yeah, well, we invited people over.
No, okay.
Certain people. People really pulled together during Hurricane Andrew.
Well, and also people were assholes.
Well, yeah, there was
people were also selling bags of ice for $20.
Yeah, there was rioters and looters and all that kind of stuff. But
I think you're remembering different things. Yeah, people also stole from people, broke into their houses.
Yeah, but those are bad people.
Oh yeah, didn't live in an affluent neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All the affluent people really pulled together after Hurricane Andrew.
They put all their gold bullion together, and they melted it down, and they all made necklaces and rode around town. They're like, "What's up, poor bitches?"
Sucks.
Yeah,
what happened to your roof, loser?
We started a business. I had 2 businesses after Hurricane Andrew. I bought some chainsaws, and
flipped them for more money.
No, I go around with my friends to people's yards, and if, they had like a lot of trees down and stuff, I would clear their yards out for them,
Yeah. That was definitely a thing, yeah.
We'd quote them a price, and we'd say, we'll clear all of these trees like off of your house or off your property or whatever, and we'll like stack it up near your street. And then I also had like a pump that I rented, and we'd pump out people's like swimming pools and stuff that was filled with debris and all this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a penis pump, like you were a gigolo after Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah. We go around and be like, hey, are you sad because your
people
house
need comforting?
Yeah, because your house is destroyed. Well, we can make your dick bigger while you're sitting around here. So,
Excuse me, single middle-aged woman. Are you lonely now that the power's out for a month? Forrest Shaw to the rescue.
wait,
Do you want me to bring my chainsaw?
I'm not gonna bring a penis pump to a woman.
But I don't think you get the context of what I'm saying.
Oh, like I'm gonna use it and then.
Bingo.
Oh, okay.
So I adopted squirrels.
I'm okay
after,
with my size.
Second quarter.
Here we go. I adopted baby squirrels after Hurricane Andrew. Before the hurricane, when we were doing our preparations.
You adopted them? Would you fill out paperwork?
Yeah, I did. We had to meet with someone from the city. It was crazy.
Yeah. Went down to the courthouse. They take your last name?
Yeah, yes, they did. Well, we hyphenated their maiden name.
Yeah. Old fucking Acorn Williamson. And
Acorn. Do you think animals have names after what they like? It's old Camel Hump.
no, yours.
First of all, the things we did to prepare for Hurricane Andrew, like the hurricanes, one had never directly hit us in my lifetime.
What about the squirrels?
So I'm going to get back to that.
Oh, Jesus.
One had never really hit us before. So I feel like there was this false sense of security. Like, we're going to have a hurricane party. It's just a bad thunderstorm. And then Hurricane Andrew actually was a bad hurricane and actually did punch us in the chin. And so it was devastating, right, to the area. And we were so not used to actually being hit by one, though. We were doing the dumbest stuff. Like, I remember we had these pool floats, and we duct taped the pool floats to the sliding glass door, thinking that might help if something impacted him. And literally within the first 5 minutes of the storm coming, the pool float was just like, "Whoop, see you later." Right?
Oh, I thought you meant like if the door came off, it'd just float in the lake or something like that.
No.
Okay.
It was just, we were just like, oh, if something like flies into it, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then people were doing the whole X on the window to keep it from shattering, and then like the whole wall disappeared.
Yeah.
You know? And my house was jacked up pretty bad, but we were able to patch the roof, and we had a bunch of friends and family come and camp out in our living room while they figured out what to do. So the day before the hurricane, when we were getting ready, I saw a mama squirrel with the little baby squirrels, and she was like hiding them all over the yard. You know, like
You're saying words weird this podcast.
yeah, like what?
Affluent, first of all.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
And then mama.
Yeah,
A mama squirrel.
sometimes I do that. I enunciate weird. I don't know why. What
So you
causes
saw
it.
the mama squirrel.
So I saw mama squirrel.
Where was the papa squirrel?
I don't know. I think he was a traveling squirrel.
He was a deadbeat papa
Yeah,
squirrel.
yeah. So we saw her hiding.
Traveling salesman squirrel.
Yeah. So after the hurricane, when we were clearing trees and branches and debris, I found Mama Squirrel.
Oh no,
She had passed.
what happened to her? Squashed.
I'm guessing probably it was in the tree that smashed to the ground. Yeah.
She was
I
dead.
think she took her own life.
It's a gunshot wound.
Yeah.
So I tell you, well, that's all these gun nuts out there.
So
They don't talk about that.
yeah.
All the squirrel deaths.
No, man, it's
yeah.
a devastating thing.
Yeah.
So as the day was going on, we were finding these little baby squirrels, and they were like, they were baby. They were like they didn't have their eyes open yet. They were like they didn't have hair yet. They were just like, right. And so the ones that we found, only two of them.
How were they like?
They look like little pink. They were like little pink, like
Playing the saxophone? What are they doing there? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
they were jazzy squirrels.
Yeah.
So we kept them. We had an old bird cage. We put them in the bird cage, and then the Red Cross was coming around and giving out powdered milk for babies. So I took some of that and I mixed it with warm water and put it in a syringe and all medical supplies that probably humans could have used at that time. But and then I would feed the little baby squirrels. So every morning at like 5 a.m. they'd wake up and they were loud as shit. At like 5 a.m. they'd be like, it was like this high pitched squeal.
How many were there?
2 of them.
Yeah.
And I'd go out and I'd feed them, and then you'd actually see their bellies getting big, and then they'd go back to bed and they'd sleep for hours, and then they'd wake up, they'd be hungry again. It's like you had to really attend to them, and they grew really fast. So about
Yeah, you're feeding them like human baby formula.
I probably
Yeah. Getting some hormones in them.
yeah. Was that bad?
I mean, I'm not saying it was bad for them, but they're probably growing faster than
Yeah. Well, within a few weeks they had hair, and they were like
beards.
tattoos and on their third marriage. No, they would just crawl all around you, man. They were awesome. I had like little 2 squirrels. I was like the Beastmaster.
Yeah. Rats.
Yeah. I had to give them away though because they urinate a lot.
Yeah. They're
So they would
animals.
just be like I'd be like, look at me, I'm cool. I got a little pet squirrel. Then it would just piss all over me, and I'm like, I'm over it. And they just didn't sleep in, man. They would get up every morning and want food. So,
yeah, it's a wild animal. Yeah, that's what they do. Most animals in the world, I don't know if you know this or not, they don't do anything else except wake up, try to find food, and stay alive.
Yeah.
And piss wherever the fuck they want. That's the beauty of it.
Well,
They're not looking for a urinal, you know?
I gave them to a program that rehabilitates squirrels into the wild.
Rehabilitate squirrels.
Yeah, helps them find a job, gets up on their feet.
Yeah, where are they now?
I hope they found their father.
Yeah, have you followed up with them?
No. What if one just showed up on my doorstep? What if one tried
they're dead now, long gone. That was 1992.
Wait,
so,
what?
Yeah. I don't think squirrels live 30 years.
Never thought of that.
I mean, I doubt it. I don't know. I don't know anything about squirrels other than they're rats that, found a loophole.
Well,
So they found, would you have done that with a rat?
I did do that with a rat.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, with a mouse. I did that with a. I did that twice with a mouse.
I feel like squirrels found this loophole where they put some hair in their tails and they're allowed to just be amongst the population.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah, but they're rats,
And they do.
basically. But if you went to a park and you see all these squirrels running around a park, but just replace those with rats, you would call the authorities and be like, "There's a problem at this park.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, we need to get some rat traps out here ASAP." But because it's squirrels, you're like, "Cool, yeah." Just because they put some hair in their tails, loophole.
Yeah, well, yeah, hairy tail matters. Ole, ole, ole.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was trying to make a.
You raised a mouse too?
Oh yeah. So I got a pet snake when I was a kid, and the snake,
yeah.
I would feed the snake lizards, and then it got big enough to where it needed to eat a mouse. So I went to the pet store and
What kind of snake?
I don't know, a little python or something. I don't remember. Rattlesnake. No, like a little python. So I went to the pet store and I got a mouse. And then on the way home from the pet store, I'm playing with the mouse. And he's so cute and he's nice. And I'm holding him. And once again, he went up on my shoulder.
Pissed on it.
And then I came home and I put him in the cage. And then I watched the snake go. And then the mouse just had a heart attack. And then he ate him. And I cried for like 3 days. And I gave the snake away. And I went back to the pet store and got a mouse. And I just had a pet mouse. His name was Jerry. It was a female. Found out it was a female because I went out of town one time and I got my buddy Chandler Weber to mouse sit for me. And he had a bunch of mouse because he had snakes. So he would breed the mice to feed the snakes. And he put my mouse in with his mices, multiple mouse. And then
I'm still stuck on Chandler Weber, by the way. I'm always stuck on everyone's name on this podcast.
Ironically, Chandler Weber did play saxophone. Very talented. First chair.
The thing about you this is why you're going to be a mayor of a town someday or something, is you remember everyone's first and last name always, like even if it's like 100 years ago. You remember some fact about what they did. He played saxophone. And I barely remember anyone's first name, hardly ever, let alone their last name. And first of all, they always have an amazing name, all of your friends, Chandler Weber. And then you remember some fact of what they did or whatever. That's why you're going to be like a politician.
Yeah, I would go into politics. Yeah. Ironically, I think this podcast might hurt my candidacy.
I'm going to dig these up.
Yeah, there's going to be some nuggets.
Find
Shakira out that I shot pigeons with a BB gun. There goes the mayor candidacy.
Said it again.
Yeah.
You can't keep saying it. Yeah. I don't think, look, if anything, this will help you in your political campaigns. Come on.
Yeah, these days.
Yeah. These days, you think things are going to change?
So then did I tell the story? I already told the story about the mouse in college. I already told that last episode. But yeah, there was a mouse in our house in college, and we tried to catch it for months and months, and we finally caught it, and then we couldn't bring ourselves to kill it.
What happened to Jerry?
So we just kept it. So, Jerry got...
What happened to the snake? Where'd you put the snake?
I gave it to somebody.
Another rehab center?
Probably Chandler.
Another rehab center?
So then the...
Throw it out in the Everglades? You're part of the
no,
problem.
people do that, though, man. That's why all those pythons are like...
you don't need to tell me.
Anaconda size. It's crazy.
I'm well aware. I used to work in the Everglades. We had to take a whole course on what to do if we found a python. You know what they told us?
What?
Run it over with our car. That was literally what they told us. Because if you
End
don't know,
chapter.
If you're not aware, people, in the Everglades, the Florida Everglades, which is a fragile ecosystem, there's all these giant pythons. People like Dave, dickhead, who threw it in the Everglades after he couldn't take care of it anymore, right?
No, I gave it to somebody.
Yeah, okay.
But they might have done that.
But
I don't know. I'll call Chandler and
these
ask him.
pythons, people get them as a pet, and some of them can get up to like 12, 15 feet long.
4 stories.
When they get too big, people just throw them out in the Everglades, and there's no predators out there for them, so they end up becoming the top predators, and they'll take down alligators even, but more importantly, they'll take down like deer and other they'll just kill everything out there, and they'll reproduce, and they can produce like hundreds of thousands of babies without any predators out there doing. So they have this thing called the great python hunt, which is like just this big farce of like hunters going out there. I'm doing good for the environment, whatever. And they go and shoot, and they kill maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple hunters.
How do you hunt python? How do you find them?
Then you go out and you look for a fucking python, and then you shoot it or something. I mean,
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's not like, there's not much to it. It's not like, but, so we used to do all this work out in the Everglades. We're doing water quality sampling and stuff like that. But they basically were like, told us if we ever come across a python and you see one in the middle of the road, please run it over with their car. And they're telling us to kill these pythons.
Man, that sucker gets up in the undercarriage of your car.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Anyways.
So my mouse was at Chandler's house, and he put it in with his mouse, and then my mouse got really pregnant, and then she got so pregnant, she had difficulty during childbirth and died. R.I.P. Jerry.
Wow.
Oh, so you think my squirrels are dead too, huh?
They're all dead. All these animals you just talked about. The snake.
Mr. and Mrs. Acorn Williamson.
Yeah, the mice, the squirrels, the snakes probably dead. All of them. Your dog.
Does anything live a long time other than a tortoise?
Tortoise, birds.
Dave Williamson.
Yeah.
Is that for the dead animals?
Yeah. Bringing down the podcast.
Yeah.
We just lost listeners in Czechoslovakia. Parrots live a long time.
All right. Oh, yeah. So Dr. Rigetti had a parrot that would cuss.
Dr. Rigetti went down the Vedetti and
he had a pet alligator too. He had a pet alligator too. One time it was you want to talk about laughing when someone's mad?
What neighborhood did you live in? This is
Lake. It was a lake. So
I know where you lived.
This was one of the hardest I've laughed. This was like if Forrest was sitting on a cobblestone street with a broken iPhone.
Wait, he had a pet alligator where?
In his house. He had a little pet out, and he raised it up, and he probably threw it out in the Everglades.
Of course he did.
But
he had a small one, and then it got big, and he goes, oh, shit, we got to go dump this in the Everglades. Hey, go call the Williamsons, get that snake. We'll do a 2-for-1 drop out in the Everglades.
We should fight him to the death. No, the alligator was about this big at the time, right?
Yeah.
And my mom was over there. We're having dinner over there, and my mom's chopping vegetables. And so she would chop it on the cutting board and then come over to the sink to rinse it. And so when she was over on the cutting board one time, Dr. Getty put the gator in the sink, and then she went over to rinse it, and the gator went, and I've never seen my mom yell or jump more in my life. She was terrified.
Yeah.
And
it was washing vegetables and an alligator.
I was like 9 years old, dying laughing.
I had to take my medication.
Oh, yeah.
I got allergies.
Oh. Allergies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Third quarter.
What are you allergic to?
I call them allergies. Does anyone else call them that?
You say words funny sometimes.
I like saying allergies, bro.
What are you, Dane Cook? What
Does he call them allergies?
Nah, but he just makes up words. What are you allergic to?
A lot of things. Pets.
Socialization.
Definitely that, people. Fucking
Sunshine.
Podcasts.
Optimism.
Definitely. You're hitting all the right buttons here. I'm having trouble breathing today. You can't tell because I have allergies.
Oh.
I had dust. Cats, dogs.
You own a dog.
Yeah, I know.
You should get a squirrel. They're hyperallergenic.
Hypo. I don't know what hyperallergenic is. That's when you're really allergic.
Oh, did I say it wrong?
Yeah, you're an idiot, dude. You're so stupid. I can't believe I did this podcast. Yeah, it's like last podcast. What'd you say? Melatonin.
Melatonin.
Idiot you are. Everyone's just, you're so stupid. I'm perfect. No, it's like when you know how like we've had really hot weather and it's starting to change and stuff. Whenever the weather changes, like pollen, I don't know, just something. But I've been really stopped up.
So yeah, that's worse.
It's the worst.
I've been getting a rash on my back.
Yeah, well, you should see a doctor about that.
I
You
should
can show it to the camera.
Nah, I don't know.
Maybe somebody will be able to identify it. We got a lot of doctors listening to this podcast.
It's not flattering at all.
What does it look like?
Ringworm.
That's right. Isn't that contagious?
No.
What do you mean no? I'm gonna look it up right now. I think it is.
No, it's not what it is. I'm just saying that's the closest I come to describing it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna look up.
I mean, I've had it for a long time. I'm pretty sure my wife would have it if it was contagious.
Ringworm.
We sleep back to back.
And belly to belly.
No, ringworm is super contagious. You get it from wrestling.
Yeah,
mats in
skin
junior
to
high.
skin. You can spread it skin to skin and touching surfaces. Okay, well, it's not ringworm, hopefully.
Yeah.
Luis is like, great.
One time I adopted a ringworm.
And released it into the Everglades. Oh, hey, the queen died. We never mentioned it at all.
Oh, yeah,
Speaking
man.
of ringworm.
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched The Crown already, episode
Season 12.
season 32 is going to have the queen dying.
Her funeral was yesterday. I think this comes out after, though. Fucking way to drag it out, huh? Didn't she die like 3 weeks ago?
A lot of death this episode.
She died like 3 weeks ago, I want to say, right? Or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They drag it out a long time. It's like a chick's birthday.
Well, I mean,
Like, it was actually like 3 weeks ago. And it's still celebrating it. Like,
it's my birthday month.
yeah, it's like her death month.
Well, it's the royal family, dude. You know that they're going to have the most pageantry possible for all things royal.
I'm really upset by it.
By the queen dying?
Oh, I thought we were talking about something else.
Oh.
No, I don't care. I thought we were talking about ringworm.
Oh.
No, I don't care. I barely even. I don't even understand it. I don't understand
Death?
Like, no, I understand death. The royal family, like why it's still a thing.
I will say, one time we had this dog.
Is it gonna die again?
We had
This dog's dead for sure.
Yeah. We had this dog named Bogey, and it was really old when my kids were born, but it was the first dog my kids knew. And it died when Owen was like, let's say 2, right?
Yep.
And then when Owen was like 6, I have a video of it. Somehow we were telling a story, and we told a story about how Bogey was dead. And Owen just looks over and goes, "Bogey's dead?" And I was like, "Where do you think he's been the past 4 years?" And he goes, "Bogey's not coming back." And I go, "No, Bogey's dead." He goes, "Why did Bogey die?" It's like he never dawned on him that the dog was dead. He just thought the dog went somewhere else or whatever.
Yeah, it was with the squirrels and fucking snakes.
Everything dies. Everything poops.
Yeah. When do you think you're gonna die?
When I was younger, I used to think I had this like inner like feeling that I was gonna live to be really, really old. I just had this. I don't know. You know, you just have like a belief. I don't know.
That you're gonna live to be old?
Yeah,
Not me. No,
I just always
I've never had that belief. So
about you or about me.
me.
Oh, okay.
You know, you seem like you're gonna be old. You're gonna be mayor of some town. I already told you.
Yeah,
El Segundo,
super
probably.
old.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I was really healthy when I had that belief. And I feel like I've spent a lot of time in the sun, and I'm a fair-skinned guy. I've eaten a lot of barbecue. I drink a lot of beers. I don't have a gallbladder anymore. I got a rash on my back. I need to get my health in order.
Okay. That wasn't the answer, though. So how long? When do you think? 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, 110s, 120s?
I think if I get my shit together, I could live well into my 80s.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I
But
think,
if I neglect myself, it could go the other way. It's up to me, Forrest.
I think I'm gonna make it into the like 20s
20s.
of this podcast. So about 15 more episodes.
Oh, well, this has been a colossal waste of my time then.
Well, I mean, I'm
Should be investing in someone who's going to make it to at least episode 50.
I'm starting it out for you. You know, like, yeah. We'll get a cardboard cutout. You can just talk to me, and we'll get like a little. We can put the shell, stick it in there, and we'll get a little machine that goes.
It's going to be episode 20. We're going to have the greatest. We finally figured out the format, and our chemistry is super on point.
I feel like
oh
the
shit,
format's
Forrest is
great.
dead.
Well, I mean, what was I eating? Cheetos when you showed up?
Cheetos
They were
and,
organic Cheetos, by the
Yeah,
way.
you were washing it down with a Coke though.
Coke Zero. Watch my weight. Organic Cheetos, by the way. I don't even know how you make Cheetos organic, but I think I used to do a joke about that.
Well, how do I get you healthy, bro?
Well, here's the thing. I got to start working out for real.
Yeah.
I'm going to be old this year. I am old, but I'm going to be older this year.
You're pushing 50, right?
Yeah. No one needs to know that.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
in Hollywood.
Edit that out.
31.
Lewis.
I'm 32. I think I'm 31. I forget how old I am. I look so good. And this camera, I look great. I look thin.
Super thin.
Yeah.
Hips don't lie.
Hips do not lie. Shirts don't lie. I was thinking of getting a trainer again. That's the only thing that worked for me. Except they're fucking annoying as fuck. Because I feel like they're gonna kill me. They're always like, "No, you can keep doing
all
it."
the
I'm like,
accountability.
yeah. But no, I'll get in shape. How about this? You got to swim the channel, right? You're swimming to Catalina.
Apparently, everyone keeps telling me that I'm roped into it now.
It's every October, which is like now. It's about to be October, so you're clearly not doing it now. You look like shit.
I mean,
You're not
willing to give it a go if the Federation will allow it.
You know what you should do? You should do it now, and you're gonna fail. It'll be like a movie, like where you did it and you were like, "What were we thinking? You're not ready to do this."
Yeah. Needs a train.
Yeah.
Montage.
Yeah. Eat some raw eggs. Fucking jog around. Hit out some raw fucking sides of beef.
Luis, are there any open channel swims in Czech Republic that we can look into?
It's landlocked, so
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm swimming across the river.
I'm pretty sure it is. We should go there. You should swim across the river. You can do that easy. I don't know, 200 yards maybe. I think it's landlocked, isn't it? Check. Come on, our research crew's slow today. Fucking internet sucks.
I've saved multiple people's lives from drowning, whom I think would be dead if I wasn't there.
Okay, well,
did I tell this story already? This is going to be a problem, by the way, moving forward. Me not remembering what stories I've told.
I think what we were supposed to do is there's only been 4 podcasts.
Yeah,
5. I think we were supposed to go through and listen and write down the shit we've talked about, but neither of us have done that.
sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, well, next time you're on a plane.
All right, so you're going to get a trainer?
I was saying, since you're going to swim the Catalina next October in a year, then maybe there should be we should do some goals right now.
Okay.
For stuff we're going to do. We're both holding on to the end of the table here. Like lives depend on.
I'm hanging on so I don't have to go do a coffee poop.
Oh, sorry, Luis.
Yeah.
It's going to be a first. Mermen podcast first.
Yeah. Sorry, Luis is right because it ain't going to be pretty. All right, so you're going to get a trainer.
I'm just going to lose weight. So, but by this time next year, I'll have lost 250 pounds.
No.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
Like 260.
You're gonna weigh 10 pounds?
Yeah, I'm look good.
You're gonna diet yourself into being a squirrel?
What you're forgetting is I'm dying in 20 episodes. Remember?
Oh,
so do the math. It's about right. 10 pounds. That'd be dust.
How come I got the downer sound for just talking about an animal dying before us talking about himself dying? And
it's because I'm actually sad. No, I don't want to do it.
I think it's not funny. Czech Republic #1 next week, maybe.
Forrest Shaw.
Yeah.
No, I think I need to lose 60 or 70 pounds. I think that's legit.
Yeah, I'm at 260 right now.
How about this? I'll weigh myself for the next podcast. What do you think I weigh?
Didn't you just say 260?
No, I don't know what I weigh. I haven't weighed myself in forever. I know I know close to what I weigh, but I know pretty close to what I weigh. I'll tell you.
I'll bet you're about what I am. I bet we're both right around.
I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. I know close to what I weigh. I'll weigh myself exactly. I know probably within 5 pounds what I weigh, but what do you think I weigh?
Why are you bragging?
No. I just know I know you're going to be off.
I think you weigh about what I weigh. I think we both weigh around 255 to 260.
Way off.
You're higher or lower?
Way higher.
275?
No, way higher.
300?
Close to 300.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to let Luis guess. What do you think I weigh, Luis?
I don't want to look you in the eyes and give a number.
I don't weigh as much as you do.
Yeah, that hurt.
What do you weigh? What do you think I weigh?
I was going to guess around 275 as well.
Higher, yeah.
295?
I don't know what I weigh. I'm going to weigh, but I'm going to say close to 295.
Wow.
Yeah. I should have played football, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I wear my weight well. I look fat as fuck, but I'm just saying I don't look like I weigh that much. But
Yeah.
So I think I should. When I was rowing crew, I was around 199, 200, and I was like, I look skinny, which is weird because for my height, I'll still be. I've had this conversation. So if I got down to like 210, 215, I'd be happy. So if I'm 295, then that means I didn't lose about 80 pounds. Let's say. So 80 pounds a year is probably pretty good for that.
Yeah, you could do anything in a year.
Well, yeah,
you just got to commit to it. And the thing that's hard for me is the yo-yoing. Like if I'm home and I get into a routine, And then I go on the road for like 2 weeks then, and everything
It's the
gets thrown
fucking
out the
road.
window. Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, you can do it. I'm like, have you ever gone on vacation and eaten healthy? I just want to ask anybody that. Has anyone ever gone on the vacation and be like, I'm just going to have a green drink? It's like, and then you try to bring a NutriBullet on the road with you, and then they stop you and like, sir, is this a bomb? You're like, yeah. And then they look at you and like, you're not having a green. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Eat some Chick-fil-A, fatty.
Yeah. You try to eat healthy on the road. It's fucking impossible. And then I have like, you use one of those calorie counter apps, and you're like, you're fucked. Because everywhere you go, even if you try to eat like something like at a restaurant or something, there's going to be like sugars in it or carbs or it's fucking hard.
My problem is beer.
Yeah, you're a beer. That's not a problem for me. Drinking's not a problem for me.
I drink beer.
My problem is like I'll drink a lot of soda or I just eat late night. Yeah.
I drink no soda. I don't even eat that much fast food. Although I am a sucker for
You're a barbecue guy.
for French fries.
And all you do on your Instagram is eat meat.
Yeah, but I eat salads too. I just don't put them on Instagram because
I understand that, but you do the same thing I do. I'm like, if I have a salad, okay, I want a milkshake, but then if I eat a salad, they'll have a battle in my stomach and it zeroes out.
Have you ever put whiskey in a milkshake?
No.
It's so good.
No, I had a milkshake outside of Las Vegas one time at that Greek diner, you know, when you're driving, and they put baklava in the milkshake and they just ground it up. Like it was like a baklava milkshake. I was like
protein shake.
It's like 5 million calories. I was like, what is it? Come on, guys. We don't need to be doing this. But you know that thing where you're like, if I have a salad and a milkshake and then my stomach somehow it zeroes out because this is good and bad. That's not how it works.
Definitely gonna have to poop.
Yeah. Do we need to take a break?
Nah, I'll be all right.
We're only in the third quarter.
I forget sometimes though because I don't have a
Fourth.
That's
Quarter.
Luis is trying to hurry this up. He's like, go home and take your shit.
Can you imagine if you were like actually playing basketball and you had to take a shit and it was just the beginning of the fourth quarter? What do you do?
That's happened before.
Someone shit on the court?
Well,
I can't. At some
not
point,
on the court, but
an NBA player is going to shit on the
like
court.
that thing happened last season where Lamar Jackson disappeared into the locker room and then came back and was like on fire, and everyone said you just had to take a shit. And I think even
nobody knew that's what he did.
Paul Pierce, that time they put him in the wheelchair and put him in the locker room and he came out and then they said he literally shit his pants, and that's why they put him in the wheelchair, was to get him in the locker room so he could change his pants and shit.
Oh, they had to hose him down.
Yeah, and trust me, there's been plenty of football players that have shit. But I think sports in general, like I know when I played collegiate water polo, we would make sure to take a pregame.
Okay, here we go.
That was a big part
I'm
of
going
our.
to try and make you shit your pants. Have you ever shit your pants?
Oh yeah, like in real life or in a game.
No, like no, in the metaverse. Yeah, in real life.
Yeah, I shit my pants recently.
Also, a game is real life, by the way. I don't know.
I did the 72-ounce steak challenge in Amarillo, Texas. Didn't go well.
I remember that. You shit your pants then?
I did more than shit my pants.
What do you mean? What else can you do in your pants?
Well, here's
You
what
vomit out of your asshole?
Here's what the 72-ounce steak challenge is. It's 4.5 pounds of steak.
Yeah.
It's 2 baked potatoes.
Wow.
3 coconut shrimp for some reason.
3 shrimp?
Yeah, I think like too many people were probably completing it in the 90s, and they're like, let's knock out the shellfish allergy people or something. I don't know.
Okay.
A salad, which was just like, it looked like
That's hard. No, the salad would be hard because it's the lettuce. It's filling.
It was bad looking lettuce too.
Yeah, they're not getting.
And then a dinner roll.
Yeah, that would fuck you up. The dinner roll would fuck you up.
Right?
Yeah.
You had to finish all that in an hour, and you couldn't get up to leave your seat once you started. They gave you a shitty ass knife, so just cutting through
How
this.
long did you not eat before that? I had 3 meals for that.
No, just that day. We decided to do it the night before. We were hungover.
Who else did it with you?
Nobody. These guys. So I was with Bert and the whole crew, right?
So they filmed it. His crew filmed
So
it.
the night before, we're drinking red wine, and we're like, "What are we gonna do in Amarillo tomorrow?" And someone Googles what to do in Amarillo, Texas, and it came up. And Bert's like, "Oh, I'm paying for everyone to do this. This is gonna be great content."
What does it cost?
It was like $70 or something, and if you finish it, then it's free. So, and you get a T-shirt and your name on the wall or something. I don't know.
Worth it.
Yeah, I was in. And so I was pretty excited. And so we didn't eat breakfast. So we went straight up there. And then there was only one place mat at the table, which is up on a stage in the middle of the restaurant with 300 tourists eating lunch. And I go, I thought we were all doing this. They go, we just signed you up. And I was like, oh man, you guys put me together. And they were like, no, it's because you're our champion and we just thought it'd be more fun to root for you. And I'm like, you guys are full of shit, right? So I'm like, whatever, I'm doing it, like, you know? And so they were cheering for me, and Bert's got all the tourists cheering for me, and I start cruising on the steak, and in the first 20 minutes, I'm killing it, right?
Do you have to eat the grizzle, too?
You have to eat everything.
Like in the great outdoors? Yeah.
And once I got through the first 20 minutes, then I was like, oh, this is getting harder. And then you get, like, the steak's not a quality steak, but you're cutting out the middle, really perfect medium rare pieces, but then you get to the edge pieces, and they're just tough. And they're getting cold, so they're getting tougher, and it was getting harder. And then I ate the baked potato, and you can't throw up. If you throw up, then you're disqualified. And so I'm like, you know, and I'm like, oof. And then Bert FaceTimes Adam Richman from Man vs. Food, and he goes, Dave, Adam Richman has completed this. He's going to give you tips. And so he hits call and he points the phone at me, and Adam Richman picks up, and he's wearing a hospital gown and he's in a doctor's office, and I'm like, that's not good. That doesn't instill confidence.
Why was he in a doctor?
He was at a doctor's appointment. We just happened to catch him at a doctor's appointment, but it wasn't good for my psyche. And so Adam Richman's like, all right, Dave, this is what you got to do. In the parking lot before you start, do some stretches. And I'm like, too late. I'm already halfway through the challenge. And he's like, all right.
2 days before, eat cabbage. That's what they do. They stretch their stomachs out, those professional eaters.
Well, worse. He goes, order red wine. Red wine makes you crave red meat. And I was like, because we had so much red wine the night before. I was like, that's the last thing I want. But I ordered some anyways. So anyways, we get towards the end. I realize I'm not going to finish. And then Manzi, my buddy, is going like, eat the salad, mix it up. And I'm like, I'm not touching that salad unless it's the last thing between me and a victory. That thing looks gross, you know? So I realize I'm not going to finish the sides, but I'd eaten the shrimp. I'd eaten one of the baked potatoes, maybe a few bites of the roll. So I'd made a little headway, but I wasn't going to finish. It wasn't feasible. So there's like 2 minutes left, and I'm like, I think I might be able to at least finish the meat and have a moral victory, right? So
I don't think there's any moral victory in this.
I know.
Yeah.
And then everyone's cheering. Everyone's cheering. It's down to the last minute, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm
when
just
you
going
say everyone's cheering, like randoms are cheering.
Yeah, and there's probably like two. There's probably like two people like, come on.
Yeah. Are they like, you disgust me?
In my brain,
they're
everyone.
cheering, and then they got in the parking lot and they're like, that guy's fucking.
In my brain, everyone was really on board. So
inside there, but in the car, what do you think they're saying?
So
like, that guy's.
Yeah, what a those were grown men. How embarrassed must their families be?
Who's the guy in the hospital gown on the phone? It's weird.
So I'm shoving the last bit of the steak in my mouth, right? And I'm like, at least I can maybe finish the steak. And I'm shoving it in my mouth, and then it just got too like, and so with the last minute left, I grabbed the bucket and I go, and I threw up.
That was a throw bucket.
Yeah, in the motion of throwing up.
Wait. So they just let you throw up in the restaurant?
Yeah,
in
there's
front
a
of
bucket right next to you.
People that are there, like paying customers?
Yeah. Well,
classy. Yeah.
That wasn't the problem. The problem was that the motion of throwing up made me shit my pants.
In the restaurant?
In the restaurant.
On this throne?
Wearing shorts on a chair in front of everybody.
Can you smell it?
I didn't know. I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know if it was just a little poop or if it was like a, red alert, red alert.
What did other people tell you?
Well, nothing yet. I was sitting up there like, where's the bathroom? How do I get out of here? And the bathroom was like 6 miles
shorts
away.
Or pants on?
I almost wore white netted shorts, and thank God I put on black golf shorts at the last minute. And I'm sitting there, and every time I was about to make a run.
Was it like liquidy or like?
Yes, ultimately, yes. So every time I was about to make a run for the bathroom.
I don't think this podcast is getting us followers. This one, by the way.
This has been a terrible
Death
episode.
and shit. Title this podcast, Death and Shit.
Yeah. Title this episode, Skip to the next one.
Yeah. Don't rate or review this one.
Wait till next one. Yeah. So every time I want to make I'm like, all right, people aren't paying attention. I think I could bolt, Bert would be like, give it up one more time for Dave, everybody. And then everyone would turn and look at me and cheer. And I'm like, damn it. But ironically enough, since we're on the topic, there was a live stream going on, right? With all these people watching on Bert's live stream. And I look over and I see my kids commented. And what they wrote was, still think you can swim to Catalina?
Oh wait, so you've talked about swimming in Catalina
A
before
lot.
this podcast?
Yeah, my kids constantly tell me I'm full of shit. Yeah.
Ah, well, we definitely have to do this then.
Yeah. They constantly tell me I can't do it. So on the live stream, Mike, when I failed that challenge, that's what my kids said. Still think you could swim the Catalina?
Oh, man.
So then I had to go to the bathroom and throw my underwear away.
And how'd you clean up?
I threw it was just a little in the yellow underwear.
And you threw up the whole steak?
I threw up I threw up like the top layer. I went back to the venue and legit made myself.
You had to do
throw
a
up.
show that night?
Yeah.
Would you just waddle out on stage?
I went in. I went back.
I tried to do it.
At the restaurant, I just threw up kind of like what was from here. When I went back to the
Just the
venue, I
popcorn
threw
shrimp.
up all of this. I was just like, there's no reason to digest 3 pounds of meat. I just was like, get this out of my system.
It's the worst, yeah.
And then I snapped for like 2 hours.
I had a show recently where I threw up. I had a couple of shows where I threw up. We were in Washington, D.C.
Were you disgusted with your own material?
Something like that. I forget what I ate. We were at a cool venue. We were at the Daughters of the American Revolutionary Hall, which is where Eddie Murphy filmed Raw, I believe, or Delirious. I forget which one.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a cool venue. But I ate something bad. Yeah, it's fun to throw up and do a show. Because I remember there was another one in Sydney where I threw up, and I did a joke about it because we were backstage and there was a lot of people backstage for a show, and I threw up, and some guy he goes, what are you? And he goes, what are you, bulimic or something? I think he was trying to.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to be funny.
Old anorexic Forrest.
Yeah, that was my joke on stage. He goes, were you bulimic? And I go, yep, first day.
Trying it out.
Yeah, just getting settled in. It's like,
So far, I like it.
I was gonna say dentist. I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna poop.
This was like one of our best episodes.
I don't
ever.
have a gallbladder, so it's like when it's go time, it's go time.
Don't know what a gallbladder does.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I got gallbladder stories. We'll get into that in another episode.
I think.
Stay tuned.
Say that after I'm dead.
Yeah.
Say that for episode 34.
2 minutes left. 2 minutos.
Hey, you want to come over to my house this weekend and watch football on my wall that I built?
No.
I got 2 TVs out there. It's fun.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Sunday I'll come watch. Maybe. Oh no, I'm gonna be out of town.
Oh, I'm going to be in San Diego.
Yeah. That was quick.
Yeah.
Edit that up.
No reason to promote that because it'll already have happened. Hey, Nashville. I'm coming to Zany's in October. I think October 9th. I want to say.
Zany in there.
Come on out. It's going to be fun. We're going to do a comedy show and also incorporate some sort of Meet Dave barbecue event into it. Also coming to Bakersfield, California in the month of October. DaveWilliamsonComedy.com. Going to do a huge Florida run in December. It's a ways out, but just a heads up. And I'm going to be with Bert, I think, in October and November for random weekends. DaveWilliamsonComedy.com, at DaveWComedy on Instagram. Thanks for listening. Rate, review, subscribe to Mermen. Forrest, what you got coming up?
I'm in Czechoslovakia. No, I'm kidding. I just go to forrestshaw.net. Right now, the only things I know that I have coming up is Ventura Harbor Comedy Club, which does exist. October 20th and 21st. Yeah, well, it's coming up. I got it. And I think we probably have some listeners in Australia, hopefully, that are migrating over from, I don't know about that. I'm going to do some dates there sometime in December, but I didn't.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, because I'm doing a run with Jim. I'm doing the run in Asia with him in December, and then we're going to end up in Australia, and I'm going to do some shows there. I just don't know quite what I'm doing yet, but I will have that. Just go to forrestshaw.net and then find me on Instagram, Forrest Shaw. But don't forget to rate and review our podcast. And you know what? Next, we're only going to talk about how great life is.
Yeah, we should do a happy episode next episode.
Yeah, super happy.
Well, don't die, Forrest.
20 more episodes.
Well, in case I don't get an opportunity to tell you, I love you, and you lived a good life, buddy.
Gross.
All right, let's hug.
For they are the mermen.